The nuclear tension has reached a critical peak, with unprecedented uncertainty surrounding Ukraine's future. Russia's recent IRBM missile strike on Dnipro has dramatically escalated nuclear war risks. Yet, NATO remains resolute in confronting Russian aggression. Now, Putin's latest move is raw, provocative, and deeply concerning. His willingness to deploy experimental ballistic missiles and issue direct threats against Western nations signals a dangerous escalation. This could potentially trigger a broader conflict. What should the world worry? Not at all. Let's first talk about what Putin is doing. Amid Russian media speculation, Vladimir Putin appears to be intensifying preparations for the Saturn II missile launch, making nuclear war seem more probable than ever. This development emerges as Russia faces immense pressure to retaliate after Ukraine allegedly used US made ATACMS and UK made Storm Shadow missiles on Russian territories. The September test launch of Saturn II was catastrophic. An explosion so massive it completely decimated Russia's only hypersonic weapons test site. Experts then predicted it could take years to revive the program, with some suggesting that the Kremlin might abandon the test altogether. However, Putin seems adamant about the creation of such lethal weapons. Despite the setback, Moscow's recent warnings indicate the missile testing continues. General Sergei Karayev claims 88% of Russian missile forces are modernized, including fifth generation Yars and Avangard systems. However, the probability of an imminent Saturn II launch remains questionable given the previous technical failure. Yet, if it becomes successful, Ukraine must prepare for destruction. However, one must note here that it is not just Russia that is fanning the flames of the Ukrainian war. It is a calculated geopolitical chess game meticulously orchestrated by the US and NATO. Their strategic maneuvers have deliberately created a complex maze of escalating tensions, with each move carefully designed to pressure and corner Russia. The New York Times reported Western officials are suggesting that Biden might return nuclear weapons to Ukraine before leaving office, a move not seen since the Soviet Union's collapse. Kremlin spokesperson Peskov dismissed these claims as irresponsible, emphasizing they come from anonymous sources. However, Russia still considers these intel reports somewhat serious. Russian official Dmitry Medvedev warned that any nuclear weapon transfer to Ukraine would be considered a direct attack, potentially triggering a nuclear response. For the unaware, Ukraine originally inherited nuclear weapons after 1991, but it surrendered them in 1994 under the Budapest Memorandum, receiving security assurances from Russia, the USA, and Britain. The proposal remains highly controversial with significant strategic implications. Now, with Ukraine getting back its nuclear weapons, Russia's possible next move could be an easy guess: withdrawal from the Budapest Memorandum. However, does this mean Putin will ignite a nuclear war? There are still many reasons to refute these claims. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Russia's IRBM missile development crossed an escalatory line, raising critical strategic questions. However, one must not forget that the ousted Democrats are now hell-bent on manipulating Ukraine's war narrative with Zelensky as their strategic puppet. Western powers systematically transformed Ukraine into a live weapons testing ground, from anti-personnel landmines to long-range missile authorizations, and now discussing delivering nuclear weapons. All this is being done to coerce Russia. The provocative strategy appears deliberately designed to invite Russian territorial damage and test advanced military technologies. Also, the escalation seems suspiciously timed before Trump's potential return, who consistently advocates ending the Ukraine war. The geopolitical chess match becomes increasingly transparent. Putin's strategic delay in the war stems from seeking a specific solution: the liberation of Donbass and Luhansk. NATO, particularly Biden, opposes this objective. In contrast, Trump supports a peace proposal with territorial realities in mind. The geopolitical standoff revolves around these contested regions, with Putin calculative in his approach, waiting for a strategic opportunity that aligns with his territorial ambitions. Trump's potential return could significantly alter the current conflict's dynamics. And so, Putin is also moving one step closer and closer, not going all out. His retaliation remains strategic, not reckless. Russia's response to long range missile provocations demonstrates calculated restraint. While Western narratives portray Russia as aggressive, the reality proves far more nuanced.